They weren't calling us. And yet, across the quiet of the night sky, humanity heard a voice never meant for our ears. It began in the most ordinary way, a graveyard shift at a lonely radio observatory in the Australian outback. The night sky stretched above like an ocean of silence, the instruments humming their endless vigil. Astronomers were used to the rhythm of static, the quiet hiss of the universe. Then at 3:17 a.m., the hiss cracked. A burst of energy pulsed across the receivers, sharp, precise, and utterly alien to the natural noise of space. At first, the staff assumed it was interference, a passing aircraft, a satellite drifting overhead. Even the hum of the observatory's own equipment could sometimes mimic strange signals. They logged it as an anomaly and prepared to move on. But as the hours passed, the burst came again. Then again, identical in frequency, perfect in rhythm, repeating every 142 seconds like a cosmic heartbeat. The next morning, senior researchers reviewed the data. Their first reaction was skepticism, their second, unease. The pattern wasn't random. Hidden in the rhythm were sequences, primes, mathematical ratios that no star or pulsar could naturally produce. It was too orderly, too deliberate. Someone, somewhere, had sent this message. And then came the most unsettling discovery of all. The signal wasn't aimed at Earth. By tracing its trajectory, scientists realized it had passed through our solar system on its way to somewhere else, a destination deep in the void where no telescope had ever found a planet. We weren't the recipients. We were the eavesdroppers. News of the anomaly spread quietly at first, through academic circles and classified government channels. For weeks, debate raged behind closed doors. Was it artificial? Was it a prank or a misreading? Could it be explained by some unknown astrophysical phenomenon? The cautious voices urged silence, reminding everyone of the chaos a premature announcement could cause. But then more observatories began picking up the same signal. Chile, South Africa, Hawaii. The pattern was real. The message was undeniable. When the public finally learned of it, the world erupted. Headlines screamed of first contact. Talk shows speculated about alien empires. Conspiracy forums declared it proof of long-hidden truths. But the scientists themselves were more cautious. The question wasn't what the signal was. The question was for whom it was intended. If it wasn't for us, who was it meant for? Analysis of the signal revealed something stranger still. Embedded in the pulses were coordinates, a map of sorts pointing to a region of space billions of kilometers away from Earth's orbit. There was nothing there. No habitable planets, no stars with known worlds. Just darkness. And yet that was the destination. Some suggested it was a warning. Others believed it was a call home, a beacon for travelers returning to a place long abandoned. A few dared to whisper the most terrifying possibility. We had stumbled onto a conversation between civilizations older than we could imagine, and we had intercepted the message by accident. For the first time in history, humanity realized it might not be alone, and yet the universe wasn't speaking to us. We were like children pressed against the door of a room where giants were talking. The question was, should we knock? Governments scrambled for answers. Some argued to keep the discovery secret, fearing panic. Others wanted to respond immediately, desperate for the glory of first contact. And in the middle stood the scientists, staring at the data night after night, pulse after pulse, listening to a voice that was never meant for them. The most haunting thought was not that the signal had come, but that it might come again. If it repeated, it meant the senders were patient. If it stopped, it meant the message had moved on without us. Humanity watched the skies, waiting, wondering, and quietly terrified of what would happen next. Aliens had dialed a number across the galaxy. We picked up the call, but the line was never meant to reach us. And so the story began. Not with an invitation, not with a greeting, but with an accident. The signal no one expected, and the realization that the universe had been speaking all along. We had simply never been the ones it wanted to hear.